The funny thing is, some people think that having a Chase credit card, like applying for a Chase credit card and being approved, is something complicated. It's not. And in today's conversation, I'm going to prove to you that it's not complicated at all. What you want to do if you are trying to get a Chase credit card, or you currently have a credit card and you are trying to increase your limit, you want to kick things off on the right note. And when we talk about Chase is a very, what I call it, a very quote unquote jealous institution. You want to establish a relationship. Chase values and rewards loyalty to a high degree. If you have a relationship with Chase, you want to solidify that relationship. You want to broaden it. You want to do a lot of things so that you are cultivating a relationship with them. And this is not just like a short-term thing. It must be a permanent thing. And if you do that, you will be very pleased with the kind of credit cards you get from Chase. Not only in terms of the credit limits they grant you, but also the diversity of credit cards. I mean, the credit cards that they actually allow you to have. You need to understand Chase is among the top issuers of credit cards in the nation, and they have a lot of fantastic credit cards. So when we talk about kicking things off the right note, what do I mean by that? Establish a relationship. You want to open a checking account and a savings account. I know a lot of people say, well, if I have a checking account, that's fine. Yeah, but listen, you want to remember what I just said about Chase is a quote unquote jealous institution. They reward loyalty. They want you to be with them. Okay. So if you open a checking account, that's kind of fine, but it will be a lot better if you have also another account, a savings account, and even better, have direct deposit. Boss, I'm telling you, it works like a charm. Have direct deposit so that Chase can see your inflows and outflows. Okay. They can see that you're making money. They can see that you are working. They can see that you are being paid every 2 weeks. Okay. So if it's possible, you can open also a brokerage account, an investment account. This will help you. Okay. And also something that we have seen also that works for a lot of people is that you can schedule a meeting at the nearest branch. Okay. Talk to a rep about your financial goals, mention your highest spending categories, let's say groceries, gas, dining, and ask the rep the kind of credit cards that will be appropriate for you. Okay. So bottom line, you want to have at least 2 accounts with Chase. Now let's talk about how to apply. Okay. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure. I'm really happy to have you here. And I'm quickly talking to you. I'm giving you a great strategy. If you are an average cardholder and you are looking to apply for a Chase credit card for the first time, or you want to increase your limits on the current credit card that you have with Chase. Now, how to apply will really refers to those who are new, or let's say you currently have a card and you want to apply for another card. Okay. With Chase, you can apply online, over the phone, at a branch, or responding to a mail solicitation. That's what we love about Chase. Chase is such a big bank. They have branches all over the place. Okay. And what we have seen, at least that works in 80% of cases, is to actually go to a branch. I know a lot of people say, listen, yeah, you can apply for a Chase credit card online. They send you a pre-qual link. Just click on that link, or go through the app, and just click in whatever you have in the app and just follow the instructions. Yes, but I'm telling you, based on our experience in the last 30 to 40 years, if you want to increase your chances of being approved for a new Chase credit card, or get a higher limits on an existing credit card, Chase credit card that is, you want to apply at a branch. And remember, if you want to apply online, over the phone, at a branch, or when responding to a mail solicitation, there are always 5 little things that you want to keep in mind. You need to decide which Chase credit card is best for you. You want to consider the benefits, perks, and features that may come with the different types of Chase credit cards available, and then you need to narrow down the ones that are most important to you. You want to contact Chase to see if you pre-qualify. Okay, that way you get a soft inquiry. You don't have a hard inquiry. That's kind of cool. and then you apply. It can be online or over the phone or at a branch. So once you're approved, carefully read you want to read your card member agreements, and then the final steps here is that you want to set a budget, right? Because the whole thing is that if you want to be in good terms with Chase, make sure that you are able to repay at least the minimum amount, even though we would advise all our viewers to pay as much as possible, if not the whole amount that you charge on the card every single month. That way you can actually keep your DTI and your CUR low. Let's talk about how to get limit increases consistently. If you have a Chase credit card, or you're 1 or 2 or 3. The thing here is that you got to be in a situation where you are using your card responsibly. By the way, I just want to remind you of today's topic, where I'm giving you a Chase credit card strategy for the average cardholder. Okay, and if you want to get limit increases consistently, you have to read and understand that you need to understand the terms and agreements. See, the whole thing is, if you have no idea what Chase is telling you when it comes to this particular card that you just got or that you are currently using, you probably might make some mistakes that could cost you down the road. And this is why information is power. So if you're able to have a clear idea of what Chase is expecting you to do, then you are boosting your chances of getting a credit limit increase in the near future. So read and understand the terms and agreements. You want to always make on-time payments, okay? When it comes to Chase or any other credit card issuers for that matter, your payment history has a significant impact on your credit score, but also your standing with Chase, okay? So they'll pay attention to your history of on-time payments, not only with their own credit cards, but also with other credit cards that you currently have. And also make more than the minimum payment. If you want to get limit increases consistently, you need to actually communicate to Chase indirectly that you really don't need that much money. See, the funny thing is, if you don't need money, they'll give you more money. If you need money, they're just trying to, they'll really be, they'll run away from you, right? And this is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. So you want to make more than the minimum payment so that you can show Chase that, hey, listen, I really don't need the money that much, but if you guys were to bless me with $10,000 extra, I'll take it anyway, right? And so it's that game of saying, listen, even if you're struggling, even if you're scraping by right now, always trying to make sure that you are paying as much as possible. Another thing you have to really do is that if you want Chase to increase your credit card limits consistently, avoid accumulating a high balance with unnecessary purchases. This goes back to what we said in other videos when we spoke about living within your means, right? I mean, a lot of folks are just trying to, they go on the internet, they see ads, they click on the products, and they just want to buy the stuff. The question is, and you have a closet that is full of stuff. My mom does that all the time. I love you, Mom. But yeah, I mean, you buy stuff 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents, 10.99. And before you know it, you have a bunch of stuff in your closet that you have barely used. So you really want to avoid accumulating a high balance with unnecessary purchases, especially if you are trying to build a relationship with Chase and you want them to raise your limits at some point. So you have to really be very careful here. Remember, it's all about always making sure that you have a low DTI and a low CUR, a low credit utilization ratio. Okay, the lower the better. And you need to check your monthly statements for accuracy. The good thing is that a lot of Chase nowadays will send you a statement online, like electronically, in a PDF format. You can check your transactional statements within the app, within the Chase mobile app. Okay, so you do have a litany of opportunities to check your monthly statements for accuracy, and you should really do that, because you want to make sure that whatever Chase is reporting about you, or whatever Chase believes your account is about, is actually true, because they base their decision to raise your limits or to approve you for a new credit card in the future based on your existing information. So make sure whatever that information is, it is totally accurate. Okay. Another thing you need to pay attention to is your ability to maintain a positive history with Chase over time. It's not just about like, yeah, I'm just going to make sure that for a quarter or for 6 months I have a good relationship with them, and then later on I can just starting to slack. No, don't do this. I want to quickly talk to you about how do you apply for a Chase credit card with bad credit. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about a Chase credit card strategy for the average cardholder. And if you have bad credit, this is a pretty interesting situation you're in. And the funny thing is, a lot of viewers with bad credit believe that they cannot apply for a Chase credit card. They're just lying. I mean, let me just first, before I come to Chase, let me just say in general, if you have a bad credit, or let's say, if you have bad credit, or you have, let's say you have a thin credit file, you won't have as many options for credit cards, right? You probably will have secure credit cards, and in some cases you'll have unsecured credit cards for bad credit. So those are credit cards that have crazily high fees and other charges, whatever. They'll have membership fees, they'll have administrative fees and whatnot. So you don't have a lot of options. But if you have bad credit, the only way you can get a Chase credit card is if you have a relationship with Chase. This is why earlier I was just talking to you about kicking things off on the right note. So if you have a good relationship with Chase, then they will actually look at your application, and you can parlay their relationship into a successful credit card application. Now, they might not give you 10,000 as initial credit limits, but they'll probably give you 1,000 or two. But at least it is something. You got to have a foot in the door, boss. You got to have a foot in the door to actually enjoy all the party and everything that's happening in the Chase house, so to speak. And so make sure that, but before you apply with for a Chase credit card with bad credit, make sure that you do this at the branch, and make sure that you review your Experian, TransUnion, and or Equifax transactional data to make sure that your bad credit score is indeed accurate. In other words, you don't have a bad credit because somebody has actually stolen your ID, or you stolen your identity, for example. I want to talk to you about a very important element. Let's say that you did everything right, you did your research, but Chase denied your ass anyway. How do you proceed? What are the things you have to do? You need to first understand reasons why your Chase credit card application can be denied, right? Because Chase has gazillions of credit card applications on a daily basis, and mostly the approval process nowadays is automated. A lot of people think that even if you go online, even if you go at a branch, you sit down with someone, there will be some part of automation anyway. But what I want to say here is that it's not the automation that really you want to focus on. You want to know the main reasons why Chase may deny your credit card application. For example, too much debt. For example, too many recent credit card applications. Remember, Chase has the 524 rule that's important. Okay, it's not a really known rule, but everybody believes there is something called 524. And if your credit score is too low, Chase might deny your ass also. If you have a limited credit history, if you have a negative account information, if you have a recent late payments, okay, this is also can and if you don't have enough income This could be a problem also. Or you have too much existing credit with Chase, then this could also lead to a Chase actually denying you. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that you have a litany of reasons why your Chase credit card application can be denied. And if you understand these things in advance, you can take the right steps to correct them right now, even before applying for a Chase credit card, because you're trying to save money. You're trying to save time and money anyway. One thing I also want to say here is that when we talk about handling denials, you remember that you always have the opportunity to wait. You also always have the opportunity to go to a branch first, ask them whether or not you stand a chance to qualify for a business or a personal credit card from Chase, even before applying. Now, one thing I want to say here is that what really happens when your Chase credit card application is denied? There are a couple of things you can do, right? I mean, Chase is not under an obligation to approve your credit card application. They can say, you know what? Yeah, you have a good relationship with us, but we cannot. We don't really see you right now. We don't feel like approving you right now. Okay, that's fine. So, but the thing is, you have a couple of steps. You have a couple of things you can do. Okay, don't actually panic. Do not be desperate. Don't believe that it's the end of the world for you. No, there are a lot of options that are available out there for you to actually seize other opportunities, so to speak. So, you want to ask Chase to reconsider. So, if they actually deny your credit card application or they denied your request for a credit limit increase, then you want to ask them to reconsider. And in some cases, you may be able to get approved by providing more information to Chase. For example, you may not have included or eligible sources of income such as retirement savings, alimony, child support, and government benefits. Okay, this is important. Also, you need to understand your credit reports, pay down credit card balances, because if your credit utilization ratio is too high, Chase is not going to approve you. So you want to take some time to pay down some of your balances to get them to a more reasonable, a more manageable level. Okay, this is important. You want to pay off debts. You want to wait to apply again. Okay, apply for a more suitable Chase card. You can get added as an authorized user to start with, and you can dispute inaccurate credit information if you have those. But overall, one thing I want to say here is that you want to look at those things with a consistent approach. So you want to develop good credit habits that will help you not just today, but also tomorrow and the days to come. Now, the thing that we have seen these questions coming again, and we really want to address it in today's conversation. So, does getting denied for a Chase credit card or other credit cards for that matter hurt your credit score? Now, one thing you need to understand here is that by itself, a denied credit card application will not have an impact on your credit scores. But however, and this is the big however though, every time you apply for any type of credit card, whether it is from Chase or another issuer, or any type of credit in general, it results in a hard inquiry on your credit report. So while a single hard inquiry may have a small temporary effect on your credit reports, several hard inquiries within a short period of time will have a more significant impact. Okay, and so if you get denied, avoid new applications until you can figure out your next steps. It's not about just doing things under emotions here. No, you want to take the time to think deep before doing anything. Okay, and so regardless of how you respond to your credit card denial from Chase or any other issuer, you want to monitor your credit to track your progress, and you need to keep an eye also out for potential identity theft issues. So those are really important, and I want you to really take these things holistically Because the bottom line here is that Chase is reviewing your credit account continuously. Okay, not because they just it's something they do for every card member, so that if there is anything derogatory, they can catch it from the get-go and just exit it. And one thing I also want to say here is that you need to understand that if you don't want your Chase credit card application to hurt your credit score, please, I want you to space out your credit card applications. This could be 1 or 2 times a year or 3 times a year for that matter. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I was just talking to you about a Chase credit card strategy for the average cardholder. I spoke to you about how to kick things off on the right note, how to apply, how to get limit increases consistently, how to apply for a Chase card with bad credit, and how to handle denials. Thank you. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.